So I'm going to go over some techniques we use to increase range of motion, promote mobility, and reduce scar tissue formation in a chronic or old injury. Now, in order to do these techniques, you're going to need a Phoenix waveform. You can use a Therastim or an ARP wave for this technique. We have used those for years in the past with great results. The majority of the muscle stimulations out there cause the body to protect itself or bind up, and you need a special current like the one in the Phoenix waveform or the Therastim that's tweaked a little bit with a DC current that will allow you to take it through a more range of motion. So again, we're using the Phoenix waveform for this, and our technique is basically three parts. One, we use the Hunt program to search the surrounding tissue to the injury. Two, we use the Phoenix 500 Hertz or 500 contractions as the second program over the area of the adhesion. And then three, we use the microcurrent over the area of the adhesion. We have been doing this kind of technique for years. We've recently added some of the microcurrent. We get just as good, if not better results using the Phoenix waveform than we did with our ARP wave and our Therastim we had. And that's because of a few reasons. One, because it's a square wave, where those currents, other currents, they're a sine wave. They go up and down like this, and there's gaps in it. Where the Phoenix current's a square wave. So it goes up and straight across and down. So it basically covers more area. And also we've included microcurrents within the Phoenix waveform. They're totally different than the actual Phoenix or the Therastim currents. So we're going to show you how to do this. So first what you're going to do is we use the carbon fiber pads. And we're going to use, what you do is you go out, this is the Phoenix Elite Edition right here. You're going to go into the Hunt program, which is 500 contractions a second. I'm not going to go over the whole Hunt protocol because I have other videos on that. But basically, in a nutshell, the Hunt protocol is we basically take a ground, and let's say my bicep is the adhesion, or I had a whole tour of my bicep there. And basically what you do is you use the sponge here, turn the unit up to about 10, 20 or so, and basically what we do is you drag the sponge around. So let's say my bicep is the one that's giving me the problem. I'm going to start over with the area where I have some of this discomfort, and then I'm going to surround the whole tissue up here. When I'm looking for hot spots, the best way to explain a hot spot to the patient or yourself is you'll feel it when you see it, okay? We're not looking so much about the muscle contraction. We're looking for, ooh, that stings a little bit, and then we'll take a marker and mark that, okay? Again, I have other videos on the whole Hunt technique, so I'm not going to go right through that right now. So first thing you do is you use the carbon pads, use our Hunt technique to hunt all the surrounding tissue. So if this was in a quad, you're going to put it on the quad, hunt all around the hamstring and loose. And what we're doing is we're finding those hot spots or areas of trigger points or other adhesions that will restrict the range of motion. Okay? So if you just feel like the adhesions in your bicep or just your quad, don't just treat that area. Hunt around the area, because you may have other tissues around there that are a little bit further away from the actual injury that when you treat will help loosen that adhesion up even more. So, okay, so what you do, you use the Hunt program, you find your little spots that you found, mark them, and then what we typically use is the sticky pads, and we'll put the sticky pads over the area of the hot spots that we found. So we've got the hot spots here, we put the sticky pads over, we use the Hunt program, which is 500 contractions a second, and we turn the unit up till we get, I tell patients maybe on an intensity scale of 0 to 10, we want you maybe 6 to 7. I'm never a big fan of cranking up as high as you could go. You don't want to crank these up as high as they could go for sure. These are actually stronger than that Therastim or the ARP wave based on the square wave, so don't go as strong as you can. But get up to a moderate contraction, and basically what we want to do is lengthen the muscle. Okay? So find the muscle, lengthen the muscle. So what we're doing is we're causing the body to do an eccentric contraction, where the muscle's contracting and then you're lengthening it. And this is the key, because this is what you cannot do with the majority of the muscle stimulations out there. So let me crank this up. So the majority of the muscle stimulations out there, you're going to be stuck like this. Okay? You're going to be stuck like that, and you're not going to move it. But the Phoenix, like the Therastim and that, they're tweaked a little bit differently, and you can actually fight through that range of motion. And that's what's key, is getting the contraction in, and then lengthen the muscle. And that's going to go then free up that tightness and adhesions that you have. So we're doing this, like I said, in 2 steps. First, we're doing the hunt technique, where we hunt around and find the area. And then you're going to turn it up, get a contraction, lengthen the muscle. And then you're going to put it over the actual adhesion, or the area where you feel the tightness itself. So it is a good idea when you're doing something in the arm to hold a ball or something like that. Otherwise, if you get down here, your hands are going to kind of tweak every which way. So again, we did the hunt program, or the hunt technique. We found the areas, we marked the areas, and now we put the pads, sig pads, over those that we found. Get this guy up, get to, like I said, a 6 or 7 out of 10 in the intensity scale. And you can see got the contraction going here. And this is what I mean. For a lot of those muscle stims, you're going to be stuck like this. But now what we want to do is lengthen it. So we want to stretch it out. And go ahead and like extend my wrist back and forth. So if this was on your quadricep, you could do a squat. Again, we just want to lengthen that muscle. After about 5 repetitions, you're going to adapt to the current, and it'll feel like that perceived exertion or intensity of the stimulation will drop. So then what we're going to do is we're going to go up a little bit more from that. And again, you're going to kind of lengthen that back and forth. And again, like I said, with your regular muscle stim, you can't do this. You're going to be stuck there in the corner, wrapped up. And you may get radiation of this down into the referral patterns of trigger points. Like this is going down into my thumbs right now. So you do the hunt method. You find the point to use the hunt. Put the pads over that. Then go ahead and do your lengthening. In the patients, or you end up finding the movement. So you can do shoulder rolls or mimic the movement that causes the pain. But then kind of painful, they start doing their own movements. So we did that. Now let's say, now you want to put it directly over where you had those adhesions. And let's just say I had pulled the bicep here and I feel some restriction. So now you're going to go put it over the area. You can use the 500 HUT program again, which is 500 contractions a second. And again, you're going to crank it up to about a 6 or 7. Do a few lengthening exercises. So I'm going to get the 500 program. And it is a good idea when you're doing these on shoulders or the arms to just kind of wrap these up just so the pads stay a little bit more in place. And you just turn it up again. And again, you're going to go ahead and lengthen that. And it's that contracted muscle that's lengthened that is going to free up that adhesion. Then what you're going to do after that, so again, you could do that one for about 10 minutes also. You can reverse the leads by just simply unplugging this guy here and switch the leads. That will change the direction of the current a little bit. And then what we're actually going to do, which the ARP and the Therastim didn't have this stuff and we had it, is you grab the gray lead here, stick the gray lead in channel 1 or channel 3 in our Phoenix Elite here, and we're going to use the microcurrent. So microcurrent is, like I said, it was something that we didn't use a lot of before because the microcurrent is a lot below sensory. You don't feel it. But microcurrent has been shown to increase collagen fiber promotion, accelerate the regeneration of tissues, form collagen fiber, and promote elasticity of the skin. And there's actually specific programs in here for that. So what you're going to do after you do the hunt to find areas not closely that may not be really related right where your discomfort is, then you go over the area that you have the adhesion over for another 10 minutes and lengthen it, and then you switch over to the microcurrent and leave it right over or surround that area of the tissue. And in the microcurrent setting, it's all pre-programmed, so all you do is you press go, and then you just let it sit there. So you can do this on any part of the body, obviously. If you have back pain, you want to do the entire back and the hips. If you have like adhesions or tightness in your quads, you want to do not only the quad, and then you want to do all the hips. So for adhesion and range of motion, it's basically 3 steps. 1, you use the Hunt program at 500 contractions a second to seek out and hunt down those trigger points that around the area. A lot of times they're not actually in the area that you have the pain. They might be a little further away. 2, you're going to treat the program, the actual area of the adhesion or where you feel the tightness. And again, you're going to use the Hunt 500 contraction program again by lengthening those. And then 3, you switch over to the microcurrent to stimulate collagen production, the elasticity, and muscle regeneration. And that's the 3-step approach. So if you have the shoulder, you do the whole shoulder, the quads, do the area of the quad, and then the whole hips. If you guys have any questions, just send me an email or drop me a call. I'll be happy to help you out any way I can.